The Los Angeles Lakers have signed Scotty Pippen Jr. and Shareef O'Neal. So this is crazy. Laker royalty is back. You understand? You got Shareef O'Neal, son of Shaquille O'Neal. You got Scottie Pippen Jr., son of, obviously, Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen Jr., we could get started with him, coming out of Vanderbilt. We all know he lit it up in Sierra Canyon, the infamous high school out there, in California. Scottie Pippen Jr. averaged 20 points per game, 4 rebounds and 4 assists, shooting 41% from the field, 32% from three, 74% from the free throw line. This kid has talent, to be a scorer in this league, and next to LeBron James, you're going to need all the firepower you can get, and like I said, Shareef O'Neal, we all know what's going on with him. I mean, I think it's just a triumph for him even getting to this point. I believe it's a summer league deal, if I'm not mistaken, but we all know that where that segue into the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's keep it 100. They need a youth movement, and I think that's what they're committing to, and that's what they're showing the fans, and they're showing the city and the organization, that they're committed to bringing the youth back. We all know LeBron James came to the city of Los Angeles and just wreaked havoc, in terms of just raping the young talent. You see Lonzo gone, B.I. gone, Kuzma gone, the list goes on. Zubac, good God. I mean, just you talk about just a ravish. You understand? That's just what happened. It's crazy. So the Los Angeles Lakers is trying to replenish almost what was lost, even though I'm just saying, these are some high caliber players. You talking to Brandon Ingram, ZO2. I mean, you see where I'm going with this. Shareef O'Neal, let's keep it 100 at LSU. His numbers wasn't the most outrageous, but you talk about the talent is there. We all know he has some medical issues, that possibly led to the low numbers, but we all know this guy was on his way to being a phenom. He's 6'10", 225 pounds, pardon me. He's from Los Angeles. It was a situation with UCLA, and then and then LSU. We all know the whole dynamic with that. But nonetheless, this kid has immense talent, and they're going to be able to showcase it in front of the world this summer league. I'm telling you, the summer league is going to be jumping here at Flight Sports TV. You want to stay in tune, definitely hit the subscribe button and hit that like button, so you can stay in tune with the summer league action that's popping off. We got a lot going on. You got or through various teams. This is exciting, man. The summer league is crazy and the stars pop out, but nonetheless, man, I definitely wanted to point out to you about this situation, man. Laker royalty is here with Shareef O'Neal. I know that they're happy, and Shareef O'Neal posted on his social media that he's thanking the Los Angeles Lakers for this opportunity. What does that show you? I think the Lakers show you they're just a first-class organization. You got LeBron James sitting there right now, at the helm. You got your son, Bronny James. You got Bryce coming out. What is that saying to you? The Los Angeles Lakers are saying, hey, man, you do right here, we will take care of you. You understand? So it wouldn't surprise me, but I do believe Bronny will be worthy of getting picked, possibly a little bit higher. Maybe he could fall to the Lakers if they're in that situation. Who knows? Maybe the Lakers go up and get him in a situation in the draft. They trade up and go get him. You know how this thing go. So it's going to be interesting to see, man, how these kids, figure this out. They're going to an organization that's up and down. You got LeBron there, but there's a lot of issues, in that situation out there in L.A. They got a new coach. The organization is just tumultuous. LeBron James don't know what he want to do. Do he want to stay in LA? Do he want to leave? You got Anthony Davis is always hurt. You going into the Westbrook saga. I mean, who knows? You got this guard 6'1", the Scottie Pippen Jr. At some point, the Lakers just need some kind of difference, at that point guard position, because you cannot allow Russell Westbrook to sit there and just wreak havoc, You understand, on just and not in a good way. You understand, because it seems to be they may be stuck with Russell Westbrook unless you hear a sign and trade. You hear that. You hear a link between the Lakers and the Charlotte Hornets with the Russell Westbrook. It's going to be interesting to see how that whole thing plays out. But nonetheless, we will be monitoring the situation very closely. Let me know your thoughts. How do you see Shareef O'Neal, coming into this situation, taking the helm for the Los Angeles Lakers at the Summer League? Do you see him going off for monster numbers? Will he shock the world? Because a lot of people might get his college numbers confused. This kid has immense talent. This guy, he has some medical issues. Scotty Pippen Jr., averaging 20 plus points per game. I mean, the scoring is going to be crazy. Especially this kid coming out of Vanderbilt, I think is exactly what the Lakers need. A young guard, electric, ready to put the ball in the hole, man. And that's what you need right now. The Lakers need that at this time, so I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts. Y'all put it in the comment section. Talk to me. We're going to break this down and monitor the whole Summer League. Stay in tune, up to date with news, scores, updates, and more here at Flight Sports TV. Peace and love, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to you. If you're a Shareef O'Neal fan, hit the subscribe button. Definitely a Scotty Pippen Jr. fan. The Lakers, they got their work cut out. Let's see, will they be one of those teams competitive in the Summer League? It's Flight Sports.